Three. Well, welcome everyone. This is the third annual Noble Citadel Holiday Special uh, with me and Progressive Rock Central, and this is the 2025 version. I've got wonderful people here that took time out of their day, time out of their maybe Christmas shopping or Christmas celebrating or holiday celebrating. And thank you for every single one of them. And happy holidays to them and to everyone that might be listening to this. I really appreciate all of you being here and all of you that are watching this and listening. So thank you very much. What we're going to do is we're going to ask these people, I should say, no, not guys. We're going to ask these people three questions. One, what does this holiday season mean to them? Then we'll come back, we'll go around the room and talk about that. Then we'll talk about their year, 2025. What was it to you, both musically and whatever else you want to talk about? And then we'll finish it off with what are your plans for 2026? And I know all of these people have plans for 2026. So it's going to be fun. So let's get it started. Luis or Amy, who wants to go first?
I don't mind. I'll go first if you like.
All right. Just give us a short introduction and what are your feelings towards the holiday season?
Okay. My name's Louise. I'm the sister of Dave Hilborn of Nova Cascade. Normally, Christmas is a family affair. Unfortunately, with losing David this year, it's not going to be the same, but we're all going to raise a glass in his memory.
All right. And that was the other thing that I didn't mention is I do have a glass and some wine over here. We'll do that at the end. So yeah, thank you for reminding me. My wife got it all prepared. It's sitting here, and I'm like, don't forget to do that. But yes, Dave was just a wonderful person, and if you've ever heard him sing, it just it takes the heart out of you to think he's no longer here. And when I interviewed him, he seemed so ready to go. He definitely had been through some medical problems and wasn't maybe at what he thought was his best, but his best was better than a lot of our, what we think is the best. But just a voice that rivets you to the music. And like I say, when I was interviewing him this year, I was like, this guy, and he even mentioned, he's planning things for next year. And it just, I think it was a week or two after I heard him, and I was like, no, that you're lying to me. That couldn't have happened. But it did. And just if you haven't heard Nova Cascade and you want something that is just, I don't know how to describe it. It's an experience. Yeah, it's absolutely an experience. You have to just put the headphones on and he'll take you to another world. It's incredible. And we do miss him. And thank you, Louise, for coming today. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right, Amy.
I'm Amy Gould of Eden on Fire. I'm the lead singer, keyboardist, and occasionally guitarist in the band. Um, and we're a symphonic metal band. Did I say that? um, we're out of Erie, Pennsylvania, and the holidays for me can be complicated. If you ever listen to any of the lyrics that I write, you'll hear a theme. I was in an abusive marriage for a lot of years, was out of the music business, came back, started putting it all. It's my therapy writing now. So it's a little complicated, but we do spend time with family. Christmas Eve in particular, we go to my mom's and we have a party, and it's all about food and camaraderie. And so it's a really good time. So the holidays, like I said, can be complicated. I think it's hard for a lot of people this time of year, but we do try to make the best of it. And I'm sure a lot of people here can relate to that.
She's another one. You'll hear this theme over and over again, but I think I found her on a Facebook ad also. And I said, I'm from Cleveland originally, Cleveland, Ohio, which is not far from where she's at. We both are on the lake, the rim of the lake. And oh, you got to tell me where that island is, but hold on. Uh, she took some pictures of the band and her on this island, which I think is off of Lake Erie. But anyway, so I saw that I saw her uh, uh, advertisement, and I saw that she was from that area, and I was like, I got to get in touch. And she sent me the music, and it's fantastic. But she's got even bigger 26 coming at us. But yeah, tell us really. If you look at her the website, she's got some pictures of her on the beach. Where is that in? Is it right off the lake?
Yeah, that actually is out on Presque Isle here in Erie. It's a great area. It's a peninsula that goes out into the lake. And yeah, we have like one of the world's top sunsets here. So it's a great spot.
And when I was growing up, you didn't go near the lake. It was polluted. In fact, some people said it was dead. I mean, there were no fish and things like that. But they have done so much since the 70s and 80s. And now, as she said, it's, yeah, you wouldn't say it's Florida yet, but it's pretty nice.
It's not warm enough to be Florida.
All right, and they're already getting snow, which is tough. I remember that as well. Okay, let's go over to David. You're on mute. Okay.
Hi there. My name is Dave Allen. I live in Hoylake, Wirral, which is in the UK. Going back to 2020, I started a progressive symphonic rock project under the name Spirology. I've released two albums, one in 2023, one in 2024. And if I can be totally flagrantly promotional, I've got a new album coming out on the 1st of January called Wherever Forever. And that's been a year in the thank you, Thomas. That's been a year in the making. But I've been invited by one of our other attendees today, Colin Powell. Colin and I met up early in 2025 because I wanted to create or recreate a project called Richard III, which is an English king
Oh
from
yeah.
the 15th. I wanted to be able to do a narrated album, and Colin had produced a Templar's Tale, which was amazing and just most wonderful narration with it. So I contacted Colin and we put a band called Riffstone together. We're both multi-instrumentalists, predominantly guitars and keyboards, lots of programming and things like that. And we produced a second album, just literally called Sanctuary Sky. That came out just a few weeks ago. And yeah, so Christmas for me, my wife Jill and I have five daughters
Oh wow.
between us. I just wanted sympathy from everybody before we carry on. And seven grandchildren. So I think we're looking forward to an absolutely brilliant, fun-packed Christmas with the children. And yeah, maybe leave my studio for a little while to raise a glass or two. Merry Christmas, everybody, and thank you.
Yeah, my wife is like, I hope this is the last thing. I want the rest of this to be Christmas, and it will be. But yeah, no, I understand that. But thank you very much, and
Thank you.
appreciate you being here. Um, Colin.
Hi, yeah, I'm Colin Powell from Manchester in the UK. And as David just said, I'm a co-partner with him in Riffstone, but I also have my solo projects called A Multitude of One. I released two albums this year, The Templar's Tale and also the Book of Enoch. And I was also a guitarist with Dave Hilborn in Nova Cascade and played on the Navigator and Boxman albums. And Christmas for me is similar to Dave, really, a chance to get out of the studio and spend a little bit of time with the family. I have 8 grandchildren, and I won't say that music won't be a part of Christmas, because when I go around to visit my son, he's also in a band, and his son is also
Wow.
taken a liking to music as well, as has one of my other grandchildren. So I'm sure we'll have a big jam session as well, which will be really enjoyable.
Passing it down. That's good. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much, Colin. And again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Ron Lammers.
Yes, my name is Ron Lammers. I'm the founder and keyboarder and composer from the Dutch band The Foundation from the Netherlands, and we released 2 albums. And after a very busy year, because I'm a geologist and hearing aid dispenser for my daily job, and in all the other time I spent for the music, and now it's time for the family. So the next 2 weeks, a little bit of work off, and plan some meetings with my children and my grandchildren, and a new daughter-in-law.
Oh,
So
wow.
that will be
Congratulations.
very exciting. We'll see. And a lot of food, I think. That's
That's usually the course. Yeah.
yeah. And in January we will start over again with some new music from the foundation, but we can talk later about that. But
Okay.
Merry Christmas from the Netherlands to everyone.
Thank you. Yeah, that's what I love about this. We got people from all over the world, and thank you guys all for coming. I can't stop saying. I'm some people. My wife is, and one in particular is like, stop saying thank you. No, I can't. All right. I still, pinch myself sometimes that this even happened, that people actually will write back and say, yeah, I want to participate. So, yes, I'm always going to say thank you. Malcolm.
Hello, I'm Malcolm Galloway. I sing and play guitar and keyboards and produce with my band Hats Off Gentlemen It's Adequate. We're a progressive rock band from the UK. We're based in London. And yeah, season's greetings to everyone listening, and a big thank you to everyone who helps make independent music possible. The people who buy music, go to shows, promote on their various media, particularly for us in our fairly niche scene. It is really dependent on the kindness of people who volunteer their time and energy to promote music that makes it all possible. So thank you all very much.
And he's not only a great music writer, but he's a fantastic singer as well and guitar player. But yeah, you got to, speaking of Dave Hilburn's voice, here's another one, Malcolm. And he's, if you give a listen to his music, you may want to ask him to sing on your album because he's got a good voice, an excellent voice.
Thank you.
All right, and then another fantastic voice from here in Washington State, Michael True from Moonletters, my favorite Seattle band, a progressive, and well, we'll talk about this year in a minute, but go ahead, Michael. Sorry.
Well, yeah, so my name is Michael True, and so I think some people it's like dinner time where you're at right now, isn't it? Here it's the crack of 11 a.m.
Yeah, it's early. Yeah.
Um, Yeah, so holiday time, sometimes we'll get together with my wife's family. I think they're all to the Four Winds this year. So, it's just kind of a quiet hunker down in the rain kind of a
Yeah,
Christmas, yeah. And it's been like flooding uh
yeah.
in our part of the country. So kind of dramatic, but yeah.
Yeah, everything was going smooth, and where everyone was getting ready for the holidays, and then all of a sudden Hawaii sent us the gift of beautiful temperatures, but tons of rain. And yeah, a lot of people are digging out north of me here, and yeah, it's been tragic for a lot of people, and that's unfortunate. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you, Michael.
Mhm.
Um, all right, all the way from Rome, Italy. It's Massimo.
Hi to all. I am Massimo Pieretti. Uh,
Massimo. Sorry,
Massimo with the
sorry,
accent on the A.
sorry.
Uh, Merry
I should
Christmas
know better.
from
I should know better. Yeah.
Merry Christmas from Rome, from Italy. I am a keyboard player and composer. I release two solo albums, A New Beginning and The Next Dream, last May. With the contribution of Mr. Michael True, too. And I am also a keyboard player in the band No Age, which is quite different style of music, is in the symphonic metal style. In this moment, I am very, very happy because my 93 old mother today, after a long period uh, quite bad period today, she looks like another person.
Yeah.
Uh, after visiting to the hospital today, after a couple of hours of sleep, now she's biotic. She's bionic for me because she's very good, and I am very happy about this. And so I hope it will be a good Christmas for us and for all of you too.
Thank you very much. I hope her health does continue to improve. It. Thank you. I'm glad to hear she's doing well. Thank you. Thomas, the one of the best for last, but not. He's definitely not last. But go ahead.
Hi, I'm Thomas Sermay. I'm also known as the Prague Rogue. I have a Facebook page where I specialize in writing lengthy reviews for artists who are kind enough to send me their material. So for the holidays, even though I have a day job, also in stone, by the way, Ron, just so that you know, I'm in the courts business. But I finally get to catch up on reviewing a huge backlog of artists who have sent me their prized possessions, as I actually post on three sites whenever it's possible, also House of Prague in the US and Prague Archives, which is situated in my home province of Quebec in Canada. I'm in Montreal right now.
Hey, Canada.
So, yes, thank you. So I'm going to shock a few people here. I'm going to be spending time with my 5 adult kids and my 12, I repeat, 12 grandchildren.
Wow.
And the chances of having them piecemeal is zero.
No, this guy, for all of you guys that haven't been reviewed by him, please send him your music. Maybe not.
There's only
I'm
Amy,
kidding.
actually, to be honest.
There's a waiting line.
Amy, send me your music.
Got
Oh,
it.
you say you need music.
He hasn't had mine.
But
I've
yeah,
done everybody else, so I mean, I'm sorry.
no, but definitely give this guy a chance because he's very honest. And like I said earlier, he's very knowledgeable and he's going to give you a good, well, I'm not necessarily saying it's going to be a positive. It's going to be
It's
a,
always positive. Always
okay.
positive.
And that's, I like to do that too, rather
I
than,
don't do negative use. There's millions of other people who can do that way better than I.
Yeah, yeah. But he'll give you
Thomas,
what I'm trying to say. He'll give you an honest and fair, summary of what you did. And so many of you put everything into this, and without any kind of help. And he and I both understand that, and try to do as much as we can to help you. And as he said, there may be negative things. I may see negative things, but both of us try to keep that out. Talk about the positives, and you can't make perfect music for everyone, but I think you guys know that. But you guys definitely create some fantastic music. All right. Let's go around the horn again. And how was 25 for each of you? I just one thing and I've been saying it all year long, that this is one of, and once you read what and I didn't mention this to the audience anyway, but I'm putting together. I already released my progressive rock top 10 list later today. If that last CD comes in from Amazon, I'm going to do the the top metal bands. And one of those members is right here with us, and she's sitting right below me. But anyway, I won't tell you what place you are, but you're definitely in the top 10. But anyway, I've been holding out on that because there's one more CD to make this picture behind me complete, and Amazon hasn't delivered it, but they say it's out for delivery today. But hopefully I'll have that out by the end of the day here. But anyway, what I'm doing is I'm going back and I'm explaining, and I'm going to do this for the metal bands as well. But I'm going back and explaining why these individuals made the top 10 rather than just throwing this top 10 out there and letting people think, well, why did he pick them? This is why I picked them. So I'm gonna do that. But she has had a fantastic 25, and really and I think Thomas would agree with me that 25 has been a standout year. 24 wasn't bad either, but 25 has just the amount of brand new bands and magnificent albums that I think are going to go down as some of the best of the decade came out this year. And um, I am just so thankful that I was a part of that in some way, not making any of the music, but at least listening to it and getting the message out. So I'm sorry. I always do this, and my wife's like, you gotta be quiet and let the other people talk. So, okay, Amy, start us out.
Okay. All right. So 2025 is kind of a crazy year for us. We released our album actually right at the end of 2024, and then I had a max exodus of the band. I had my guitar player and my drummer both leave. So last December, we found new members and we kind of put things back together. So we were playing pretty much catch up. A lot of our writing's been stifled from that. And then I had a guitar player leave again. So I have this revolving door of guitar players in the band, it seems. So finally, we did get somebody who's a great fit right now, and he's catching up. But we did manage to go into the studio. We used a studio session guitarist, actually, and we have a release coming out on the 24th here for Christmas Eve. It's our Christmas present to everybody, called Villain. So I'm really excited about that because we haven't released music in a year. And there's a lot. I have a lot of music. It's sitting there waiting in the wings to bring to the band and create again. But yeah, it's been a big year. We've kind of watched ourselves just kind of escalate in a good way. The band was formed in 2021. Our first show was in 2022. We were signed for a little while by an independent label, which we recently left. It just wasn't a great fit anymore for us. So we're independent again. But we just had all these things sort of happening to us over the last couple of years. And this last year, it's hard to talk about 2025 without talking about 2026. We were selected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to have you wait.
You want me to wait?
No,
I'll
no,
wait
go
on that
ahead.
one. I can
Go
wait.
ahead. No,
So
no, go ahead.
yeah, we can talk more about it. We were selected to compete in the Wacken Metal Battle USA. So in February, we will be going to Baltimore, Maryland, and competing against other bands for a spot on the Wacken Open Air stage. So we're extremely excited about that.
Definitely, and you should be. And in case people don't know what Wacken is, it's probably the biggest metal concert of the year. And just to get invited to that is, or the competition is, I think, one heck of a step forward. So we wish you luck, and we'll talk more about what your plans are for 26 when we get to that question. But this lady, you can tell by her smile, by her enthusiasm, she's ready to go. And the band is too, I'm sure. All right, Louise.
Well, 2025, as I
Yeah.
already stated, was tinged with sadness because my brother produced this masterpiece. That's the only word that I can use for it.
Yeah.
This material on here, he worked 18 hours plus a day on to produce what I believe is his finest to date. After I lost him, I then went to work and produced this album, which contains 18 of his previously unheard tracks. So my 25 has been from May onwards promoting both of these albums, trying my best to keep my brother's memory alive. And I'm just now, I've started recording some of his material myself, and I'm looking forward to hopefully releasing some of that, in the future. But for now, my focus for 25 has been, and right up until the end of 25 will be, promoting my brother.
And I think, and you straighten me out if I'm wrong, but I think you met a goal with the amount of money that was brought in for pancreatic cancer and things like that. Go ahead and talk about that. Yeah.
I've just to date raised, I think it's £2,093.
Wow.
But that is just personal profits. Obviously, the total income would have been more, but when you've got to send things around, CDs around the world, the cost of postage, the cost of producing the albums, if only that side of things was free, then the amount of money would have been an awful lot more. But for every album that comes in, once the cost of the postage has been taken out, everything else goes on to that charity, which is very, very worthwhile.
And I remember one of the last things he said to me was, Dave, was Mark, you don't have to, say anything more about me and the music and the album. Just go ahead and buy it, just to help,
That's exactly it.
And that, I mean, I got off that interview and immediately went and bought it, and I've got it back here. But you probably can't see it because I'm blocking it, but it is there. Oh yeah, it's up at the top there. But yeah, no, I'm glad to hear. And so people have really responded and gone out and purchased it, I hope.
And I've had some absolutely incredible feedback.
Good.
I mean, really heartwarming, spine tingling feedback from these, reviewers and things. My only, the sadness is that my brother isn't here
to appreciate it. Yeah.
All the wonderful things that have been said about him. It breaks my heart, but I'll take it for him. It's he was my world.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you. David? you mentioned a few of the things you've done for 25, but you're on mute. But yeah, tell us how 25 was for you.
Well, 2025 was brilliant because up until that point in time, I hadn't actually collaborated with anybody. Um, I won't go into a lot of history about what I was doing work-wise, but certainly when COVID came along in 2020, it provided me with quite a lot more time than I was anticipating, and decided to start putting some of the musical ideas that I'd created over a period of time and start laying down some tracks. And as I said, you produce a couple of albums, but I hadn't actually worked with anybody else. And so when I reached out to Colin Powell, and asked if he would collaborate with me on this project, it was an absolute revelation for me. It's just opened up a whole new world of music and musical ideas, and you build a rapport with somebody that we were both very much singing from the same hymn sheet, Colin, I think, in terms of our musical loves and likes and so on. So yes, 2025 was just wonderful for creating that relationship and producing music, and we haven't stopped. As I say, we released two albums last year, with a lot of material still not used. So we're currently working on a third album. Colin can tell you when that's coming out, but we're having a lot of fun creating music for next year. So there'll be something coming from Riffstone from next year.
All right. And go ahead, Colin, if you want to add to that and talk about your year.
Yeah, well, my year's been very busy because I had, as well as having the great honor to play on the Boxman album in Nova Cascade, Dave Hilborn, which just it was one of the best experiences I've ever had, actually, to be able to work with Dave Hilborn. The invitation to join Nova Cascade was 2023, actually, but it just came out of the blue, and I was very unexpected, but so very pleased I actually took up the invitation and able to work with him. It's, the music's not the easiest to learn, but it was great fun doing it. I'm not new to collaboration, though. I've been collaborating with people probably about 2013 all over the world. So done quite a lot of stuff. And working with Dave Allen now, I think we're producing some of the best music that I've been part of, really. It's becoming very successful as well. So we're getting a lot more avenues opening to us and more interest from radio stations and magazines, etc. as well. And some lovely reviews. Thank you very much, Thomas. And yeah, as well as the albums, I've also put out a few singles for various charity albums as well. So that's been keeping me busy in between the Multitude of One albums and Riffstone albums, as well as having a radio show, which is a monthly radio show. So preparing for that takes time, and the research for the different artists. So it's usually a small amount of older stuff and then a huge amount of new stuff. And there's an awful lot of new music around last year and this year. And I'd like to say thank you to several people here who've sent me their music as well to play on the show. Yeah, it's I know how difficult it is to actually get your music out there. So I like to help where I can on that front as well. So 2025 has seen the show become more popular, get sent more music. So it's been a really wonderful year.
Excellent. All right. Ron.
Well, I couldn't imagine in 2020 when I bought my first keyboard, just 5 years ago, that now in 2025 I'm talking to you, all your guys and girls. Releasing my personal album Mask in 23 with some excellent musicians from formerly Night Area from the Netherlands and the band Autumn, progressive metal band from Autumn. And now 2025, we released our second album, and we stay together as a group. And we just, I think 1 week ago, we got a message from the Dutch magazine I/O Pages, and we won the Dutch the Prog Award 25. So we are very pleased with that prize.
Congratulations.
And yes, thank you. And it give us a lot of inspiration to go further as a group. And well, there are some new tracks already, like a demo for a new album. So 25 is for us a very, very good year.
Perfect. Good to hear that. Malcolm.
For us, we released our eighth album, The Uncertainty Principle, which that was for me writing it was technically quite ambitious in that the whole album is based on historical true stories relating to quantum physics and the Second World War and the Cold War and uncertainty. But the whole album is in chronological order. So that was a bit like a jigsaw, fitting that all together, the bits of stories and trying to make the music also fit the flow of the stories. So we released that this year, and we were very grateful for the kind support we've had for that. And we've also we've had some magazines outside of our niche
Your connection's kind of
covering
going up.
us recently, which is
Sorry.
oh sorry. We were very pleased that that album was featured in pick of the year selections in the prog category. So yeah, we're very pleased with how well that one's gone, and we're finishing off our ninth album, which should come out next year.
I had a feeling. Yeah, they're always making an album. I think you've been making an album just about every year. That's how prolific these guys are.
Yeah.
And he's full of ideas, and every single album challenges you either historically or scientifically, or especially I don't have a science background, but they're just it's like opening a book. And he probably ought to do like a book with these. I know he's got enough to do. I'm not throwing things in your lap, but he could write an excellent book. I'm certain of that. And people would probably, buy that as well, because his albums are a book, and it's just full of interesting information that we should know, but we don't know. And yeah, just thank you for being who you are, Malcolm. I appreciate it.
Thanks. Oh, that's very kind. Thank you.
Yeah. Michael, they had a new album as well this year, and go ahead. I'm gonna stop. You tell a story of yourself.
Oh, sure.
They had a
So
great year.
I sing in a band called Moonletters, based in Seattle in the US. And so 2025 was a crazy year because we decided that after a couple of short tours in North America, excuse me, uh, we've had a dream for many years to do a tour in Europe. And so then we did it DIY, planned it all ourselves. And oh gosh, we went to like France, Czech Republic, Sweden, the UK. Some of you guys probably know that all those aren't right next to each other.
No.
So we got a big van, and connected with all these different bands, and it was really just a trip of a lifetime. Uh, so and now I'm like hooked on it. I just can't wait to get back. Uh, I don't know. I feel like for me personally, getting to play in other countries has been like an incredibly positive experience. And it might just be how music is digested in different countries or different cultures, but it's just huge positive experience. Um, and the other really cool thing that happened in this year, um, here in Seattle, we have a festival called Sea Prog.
Oh yeah.
Um, that's been going on since about 2013. And so different bands I've been in and my friends like, might play this year or 2 years in between. And as you know, doing a festival is like so much hard work and takes a lot of money and all that stuff. So, but this summer we got to host Gong
Oh yeah, that's right.
from the
Yeah.
UK. And so they were doing a tour through Canada and the US. And as you know, we've had a big, administration change in the United States. And a lot of bands were afraid that they were just going to get thrown out and turned back at the border, including Gong. And so it was this huge expensive thing. And the day of the festival, we didn't even know if like they had made it into the country.
Oh my God.
Things like that, but they did make it into the country and the concert did go off and it was just incredible. And so I've been following them and following some of the different members of Gong in their exploits since that. And so yeah, that's pretty much my year, a lot of things happening.
You got a bunch of great possible collaborations right here and with you, and hopefully something happens and you guys play together. That would be just stunning. Um, yeah. Um, okay. Massimo. I finally said it right.
Little by little, come on. This year was fantastic for me. I finish 2024 in an incredible way, visiting Michael and play with him in your country. And I start 2025 reaching a deal with a little independent record company here in Rome. And I released a live album of a concert of the last summer on Bandcamp. And this in February, I think. Then in May, I finally released my second solo album, The Next Dream. This one.
Oh, wait. Put that back up just for a second. And it's he did just real quick.
Please,
All right, but
do
wait.
you want to tell? Do you want to tell the story?
No, you're going to tell the story, but I just want to tell. Okay, so he told me that probably in 23 then I'm coming over there. And I was like, yeah, right. He's coming over here. And then he was here. I mean, he followed through. He was not joking. He absolutely meant it. And we had a few shows together, and then he hitched up with Michael, and he was at Michael's house, and Michael took him all over the Pacific Northwest, and he was probably like, "Oh my God." With the Pacific Northwest, the big cities are long distances away from each other. But Michael took him over to the ocean, and the cover of that album, that's what I wanted to mention. And then you tell the story of the adventures, but if you could put that album back up, this this picture a little bit higher. This Yeah, this picture is from Cannon Beach. It's in Oregon, and it's a big haystack rock that's right there, and he just absolutely loved it. And one of Michael's band members, I think, took the picture, and it was all right. So go ahead, tell us about that tour, because I know this is 24, but still, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, the original story is this. Uh, Originally, the cover of the album would be this. I don't know if you uh, can see it, but
Yeah,
it's very dark. And when I came in the US and we play with Michael, one day we play maybe in the south of Portland, which was in Oregon. Yeah, right.
yeah,
And Michael told me, Massimo, tomorrow, if you want, we can go back from the coast. So we spent all the day traveling back to Seattle, maybe 10 or 12 hours of travel. And we spent some hour in this place, which is Cannon Beach in Oregon. And our drummer, Kai Stransko, came to me and he said, Massimo, I take this picture. I take this picture. I think it's very nice, and I want to give to you. And when I saw the picture, uh, there was I don't know how to explain. It was a flash, and I imagine a sort of end of the circle to have a picture for the album and connected with the story of this incredible little but big tour in the US for an independent artist as me. And so I take this picture and I work a little bit on it, and I decided to release as a cover, the front cover of the album. This album it's very important to me because it's a 3 years long work. Uh, I collaborate with maybe 40 or more artists all over the world, including Michael, including John Hackett, Rob Townsend, Matthias Olsson, and many, many more. It's a very big production, and I am very proud of it. I think it's a very good album. And after that, I am also collaborate with a singer here in Rome, which his name is Germana No Age, the lead singer of our band. She's starting a solo career, and we work together to this. And I wrote an arrangement for his first single. Um, that she released maybe 1 month ago, The White Demon. So, what can I tell you about this year? It's for me, it's a fundamental year for my career and for the story of my life.
thank you, thank you very
And
much.
sorry, and because I am talking, I want to thank uh, Thomas. I want to thank Colin. I want to thank Michael to be a part of this dream of mine because the story of my project is something magic because everything starts here in this little, very little studio I have here in Rome, and I am arriving in Alaska with my music. So I am very proud of this journey. So I want to thank all the people who helped me in this.
All right, Thomas.
You and you
Oh,
too, Mark.
no, you're welcome. No, I appreciate you reaching out to me like you did years ago and saying, "Would you review this?" And I was like, yeah, if somebody's gonna uh, find me somewhere and ask me and give me the honor of, I think I was probably one of the first reviews I ever did. Yeah, no, I'm gonna do that review. No questions asked. So thank you for trusting me to, give you a fair shot and a good review. Well, you tell me if it was a good review. All right, but let's talk to Thomas. And what was it like this year? He released an album, but go ahead.
Yes, so I know it sounds very odd, but having a reviewer who actually is part of the band is sort of a head scratching kind of deal. Um, just to explain very briefly, I'm most of all a fan and not a critic. As I mentioned perhaps earlier, I'm here to promote prog as much as possible because some of the younger people don't realize that, but I witnessed the death of prog, at least the classic period,
Yeah.
in the 1977, and I really thought that it would never come back again. And lo and behold, technology certainly helped, and the globalization of the world certainly helped to create the one word that I think defines all of us: community. And we are a community. We're a very rebellious community, as a matter of fact. In fact, I have a name for us. Brian Ferry once used it as a wonderful word. He called it the resistance,
Yeah.
or la résistance. And that's pretty much how I felt about it. So I embarked a few years ago on a project with my friend Jeremy Arobus, and we pounded out 2 albums pretty quickly. And this album came out in April of this year. It's called Imperfect Silence, and it's an album that I'm very proud of because it is a progression that started out very much electro pop, Depeche Mode style, because that's what my partner was used to. He used to be in a band called Men Without Hats, so you keep your friends if you want to dance with them, I guess. But
Yeah, say that name again because it probably skipped through everyone's mind.
So
Men
Men Without Hats was a very famous band
Yeah.
in the
from
80s
the
that had a
80s.
song
Yeah.
called Safety Dance. Yes. So maybe a correlation with Malcolm. Men Without Hats. Tell you. But we're school friends. So we went to school together at the same time. And he asked me, listen, I need someone who has ears and who has music knowledge without necessarily being a musician. I think I fit that role. And I told him that we're going to progressively get more and more progressive. I know that's a repetition, but it's not on purpose. So the second album was a bit more progressive. This album is much more progressive. It's loaded with saxophone everywhere. And the next one we're working on, which was as soon as this album was released, we're already halfway through the next album.
Wow.
Which I will talk about only in 2026 when that question arises. But what's interesting is that we spent literally 8 months working on this future album that is way more progressive. In fact, I am pretty sure that it will blow many people's minds of how can people go from electro pop to heavy progressive. And I intend to be, the one to show you the way, I guess. So in 2025, in a long, and Mark was very good at expressing that, was arguably one of the best vintage years of progressive in a very, very long time. All of these people that are here today put out albums that are one better than the other. Some extremely prolific, like the Alan Powell duo. I mean, they put out 4 albums in 1 year. It's mind-boggling, right?
Yeah.
So to their credit, just to finish on that, I did also something very odd, is that in view of the fact that it's community and that I have access to a lot of people, I simply asked the question to get a label, and the second person I contacted, which was progrock.com, out of Chicago, Mark Manforty, he very happily decided to sign us up. And this album that I showed you was released on the same day as Discipline's Breadcrumbs. So talk about karma. I think there can't get any more karmatic than that.
which is another great album. But who else could put together Peter Frampton and Men Without Hats in almost the same sentence? That was excellent. Show me the way. But no, definitely. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let's go into 26. And this lady has a lot planned, and there's probably in fact, I want to mention one more thing. She's all dressed up because not only is she going to do this, she has another show tonight. So Amy does not stop either, and Amy is um, PR for her band. She loves music. She loves, I'm sure, performing in front of people. And if you're a band member, you're like, I wish we had somebody like that that would do all that. And she writes a lot of the stuff for the band. But I mean, she's everything to Eden on Fire, and she wants Eden on Fire to be excellent. And I really hope they make Vacuum, because that would just be the penultimate. And she won't say it, but I'll say it for her. Anyone that wants to help with that venture, um, she'll maybe we'll I'll send out emails and everything so you guys can all coordinate. But yeah, if anyone wants to help her, because as you guys all know, as Michael knows, the cost of in Massimo, I almost did it again. um, as all of them know, the cost of getting from Pennsylvania to Germany, right? Or Austria?
It'll be Germany. Yeah.
Germany, yeah. Is extraordinary. And to, all your equipment, all whatever you're going to bring with you. But I'm doing it again. I'm going to stop talking. Go ahead.
So I already jumped on 2026 in the last conversation. I did fail to mention one thing about our 2025, so I'll bring that up since I'm all over the place. We actually had another setback for a little bit, which ended up not putting us back really, but our bass player, who actually is also my significant other, ended up with cancer this last
Oh,
December. He was diagnosed a year ago. And thankfully, it was a very curable kind of cancer. He
good.
had this oropharyngeal cancer, teeny tiny tumor on his tongue that, was let go a little too long. By the time they
Ooh.
found it, he was in stage 2. But he had treatment. We spent a lot of time at the Cleveland Clinic and here in Cleveland, Ohio, over here in the US. And he right now is showing no signs of cancer. So, but during that whole time, we had performances. And so this poor guy, he was going through chemotherapy and radiation treatment, and then we'd come back on the weekends and do shows. And he never missed a gig. I was very proud of him. We had a backup bass player just in case, but he pulled through. A couple nights he went out and vomited afterwards, but he did it. So we
Yeah.
had yeah. So we've if nothing else, this band has had to overcome a lot of adversity. And there's times where I've looked back and gone, oh my gosh, it's falling apart. But then something changes and something happens. So I'm very optimistic. Just getting into the Wacken open air battle here is very, I feel a little elitist, and it's amazing to me that we got in. I applied on a whim. I saw it, I sign up for a lot of things, as Mark mentioned. I am constantly trying to network for this band, and I've done a lot of interviews over the last few years,
Oh
just
my
trying to get our
goodness.
name out there. And it's been working. So, but I had an email come through that said, oh, they've opened up the, application process for this metal battle. And I thought, how many thousands of bands are applying for this, but
Yeah.
I'm going to apply for us, because why not? And I went to band practice the next day and I was like, hey, guess what? We're going to go to Bakken. And they were all like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, yeah, I'm joking around. Like,
Please.
I
Yeah.
really didn't expect to hear anything back. And then one day I get this message on Instagram from the promoter asking me if we were really interested. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Why do you
So
think I applied? Yeah.
yeah, and I think I at first I thought it was a joke. Like I thought this is just somebody scamming us. We get so many scam emails, as you guys all know, and messengers, and do you need more patches? No, I don't. Thank you. But so I checked them out. I'm like, oh my God, this is legit. So it was like, and just things just keep happening. We just like swept awards here in Erie.
Yeah.
We got like the top local band, top live entertainment, live and just entertainer in general. And then we got like a gold award in what was it? Entertainment. So we swept 4 awards, three of them we had the top and we got second in the other. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then we were just in another award. Prior to that, we were the only metal band and the only original band to place in the top 3 for local Erie awards here too. And which is a challenge for us because the cover bands are where it's at here. So it's really hard as an original band, especially a metal band, to infiltrate those things. So I'm like, I'm feeling really energized for 2026. So we have management now. We have a company here, Massive Media, and we have a booking agent manager now through that. And they've just been a godsend for us, helping us try to apply for festivals because it's very difficult without a booking agent to even apply. And so our plan this summer is to be in festival mode, and we're hoping to get into some of them. We don't know yet, but we're also wanting to tour. And I'm envious of all you guys who have done these tours because, like, financially, I don't know how you do it. All of us have day jobs because we make no money, as you all know, doing this.
I hope you come to Europe.
Yes, well, I'm hoping. I'm going to be there in end of July in Germany, and if we are, then maybe we'll stick around for a few days and do some touring. But yeah, like the idea of all of us, we all have day jobs, and none of us are really young, so we all have like homes and families and things like that. So we're not able to just like leave and never come back. So yeah, it's really challenging. We're trying to figure out how to even balance this whole thing. If we should win the the metal battle, we're gonna first we have to go to Baltimore twice, which we're in Erie, Pennsylvania, and just to put it in perspective, it's about a 5-hour ride. And then if we win both of those, then we have to go to New York City. New York City is about a 9-hour ride for us. And then if we win New York City, we have to go to San Diego, California, which is a 2-day drive for us. So,
no, you guys got to fly.
Yeah, well, if we're
hopefully.
going to Vaughan, there's no way we're going to fly twice because if we win LA or not LA, we win California, then we go to Germany and they give you $1,000 stipend. That's it for all your band members to fly, everything. So, yeah, we're going to be looking for sponsors and all sorts of craziness. And that's if we get that far. But yeah, so it's a lot. Like we're already trying to figure out like days off work and things like that to make this all work. So it's a balance, but it's also incredibly exciting. And we have this release coming out next week. And I'm really excited about that one. It's been on our books for a long time. We just never recorded it. Finally did that. And we tracked 2 songs that when we went to the studio this last time. And now we've got our new guitar player. So he's going to go in and retrack guitars. And I still have to go in and redo the vocals. But I'm really excited because we're going to have some music to release here. And things are just going up and up and up, it feels like. So it's very exciting.
And I think she mentioned on her website that she's got a lot of support in her local area from a lot of people that have been following them for years. But she's also always can welcome more. So yeah, I hope she makes it, and it would absolutely be a game changer for them to add that to their resume, and I really hope you do.
Thank you.
Louise, do you want to talk about 26? And hopefully she is going to put together an album. She talked a little bit about it, and I think you have some people interested. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I just want to say, Amy, what fantastic energy. And I really, really, really wish you all the very best.
Thank you so much.
Oh, absolutely fantastic energy. Can I have some, please?
Yeah, I'll put in that too, that request.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
just, I'm telling you, if you look at her Facebook,
Oh,
I mean, she's on Facebook
absolutely.
every day doing something for the
Yeah.
band. Like I say, she did you did that's right, you did a Christmas thing yesterday. She's
Yeah.
doing this, and then she's got another one tonight. I mean,
Fabulous.
We're working
Absolutely
on
fabulous. Well, with me, going back to the early part of the year, my brother and I were planning to go back as a duo, go back to the 1980s, 1990s. David and I were working together as a duo called Vital Signs. We used to go out and gig. We did quite a bit of recording, which I've got it on some of that on the album that I've put out. But David was planning on getting this Boxman album out, and then his plan was that he bring me back in and we start doing some collaborations. Unfortunately, 1 month after the Boxman was released, just like that, he was gone. But I want to carry on what he wanted me to do. I'm no spring chicken. I'm 66 years old, but age is only a number. It's what's inside. And music for me has always been my life. That's all I want to do is music. David left behind a lot of really good tracks that he always said to me, you record whatever you want out of this lot. So my aim is if I can find musicians to collaborate with, because I don't play, unfortunately. I can't play a note, which is heartbreaking. I've got a house full of all David's musical equipment. I've got his microphone stood right behind me. I've got, so much desire to be able to get out there and let people hear the rest of his back catalogue. But I can't make that happen unless I can find musicians to collaborate with. And unfortunately, they see somebody at my age and they seem to think it's some sort of waste of time, which is very sad. I mean, I was thrilled when Colin collaborated with David. They were a match made in heaven. They really were. And my heartfelt thanks to Colin, I must say, for all his help in helping me promote Echoes. That I don't say that often enough, Colin, but I really, really am very, very grateful for all your help.
Thank you.
That meant the world to me because you didn't have to do that and you gave up your time and helped me. And as I say, I can't thank you enough. But if anyone knows any musicians out there that would be happy to do some sort of collaboration, please send them my way, because that would be my wish for 2026, just to be able to do a couple of tracks. I mean, at the moment, I've been going into the studio with MP3 tracks that Dave left behind. What I'd really like to do is take those tracks with new musicians and do them from scratch rather than having to redo what's already been done. So that's my wish for 2026. You never know. Stranger things have happened.
And stranger things might happen right here because we've got a bunch of fantastic singers and bunch of fantastic musicians. I should have said three fantastic singers, and just. But anyway, we've got some wonderful artists right here at the table that hopefully we'll reach out and maybe make some of those dreams come true. But thank you very much, uh, Louise, for everything you've done and for carrying on the message that Dave wanted.
Thank you.
All right, David.
Well, how do I follow that?
I
Wow,
know, yeah,
Louise,
yeah.
I wish you all the best, and Amy, you're a star.
Thank you.
2026, I mean, it's been incredibly busy. I don't know what it is. I'm also getting on in years, but musical ideas are just coming out from everywhere, which I'm very grateful for.
Wonderful.
I've been writing constantly for the last 3 years, 4 years. And yeah, I'm delighted with it. I'm just sort of letting it happen because who knows when it doesn't happen anymore, when ideas come and you can convert them. So 2026 is going to be a busy year. Colin and I will be, as I say, doing another album on the Riffstone under the Riffstone collaboration. And I've also got a couple of other potential collaborations for next year as well, which I'm not sure how much to say on it, although it has been mentioned. If any of you know John Wilkinson from
Yeah.
Mama, he released Imposter Syndrome as a record last year or the year before, and I've been pestering John for a while to come and do some singing on a collaboration. So that's a possibility for 2026, which I'm really excited about as well. So I get Colin and potentially John Wilkinson. So I'm made up really with the opportunity that's coming. And I will have another Spyrogy album out by the end of the year. I pretty well got that nailed down. Most of the tracks are done. It's a matter of fine tuning them and putting it in a position where it can be mixed and mastered properly. And I was really fortunate to work with a gentleman called Colin McKay, who's one of the band members of the Swan Chorus. If any of you know the
Right.
Swan Chorus, and Colin's ability to engineer mix and master was just phenomenal. So I'm ever so grateful to him as well for the new album that's coming out on the 1st of January. And we'll have to see how that goes. I'm very excited about it. It's been quite widely played. Thank you, Thomas. You've been amazing, and for your lovely review as well. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to just doing more of the same in 2026. Very excited. Thank you all.
And yep, keep it going. Yep. Colin.
Yeah, well, Dave said quite a bit about some of the things that I'll be doing next year with the new Riffstone album. I think I can probably say it's going to be different again to our previous two albums. The first one, Richard III, was very historical, traditional concept album. And the second one, Sanctuary Sky, that was more modern prog, I would say, rather than classical prog, with a slight theme behind it, but not directly a concept album. And the next album is probably going back a little further to maybe classic rock stroke prog crossover. So it'll be slightly different again. We've got most of the tracks done already, so it could be quite early in the year when it comes out. We don't have any specific date yet. As far as A Multitude of One's concerned, there will be another album out at some point during the year, but unlike Dave, I don't have any tracks for it yet. I don't have a name for it, but it will be there. And my radio show as well. Just hopefully that will carry on and continue to play some great music.
And I'm glad David mentioned your engineering skills too. So
This is a different Colin.
sorry.
That was a different Colin for his Spyrogy album, Colin
Oh,
McKay.
sorry. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've done the mixing and mastering for the Riffstone albums. Colin McKay has done the Spyrogy albums.
Okay. But he has that competency, so spread the word if you need help there. He may be the person that, and it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. If any of you have anything new, which it sounds like everyone is going to say yes, but all of your new stuff, please Professor, yeah, and Thomas too. Professor Mark at Outlook.com. Send it. I definitely want to review all you guys again. Everything you guys have been doing is fantastic. But yeah, please don't forget me and Thomas as well. Send it our way. Ron.
Well, I think 26 will be the whole year composing the new album. We're thinking about a new theme. Like the first album, it was a concept album about my whole life. The second album, Relations, from this year, was kind of all the relationships between man and family, man and nature, and man and divine. And well, the next theme, I think it will be something like disorder. It will be about all kind of mental and physical diseases or sickness. So it will be a very tough album to compose thematically, but musically it will be loads of mellotron, Moog, Rickenbacker bass, Towers pedals, and we are working now on an epic one. Song it's called Burnout, and it will last at least 20 minutes. So, well, that will be a tough one, but I think we can make it. But I think we need the whole year to compose the whole album. So we are scheduled for 27 for the third album. I think that's what we're doing now.
Everyone is in this room is highly productive and energetic. I know we talked about Amy and her energy, but I see energy from all of you guys as well, and that is, and at some of our ages, that's an amazing thing that we're still going and we're still waking up every day ready for more. And thank you,
I'm
Ron.
also an old guy with loads of energy.
There you go.
I wanted to say I'm not as young as you think I am. So I can relate
You
to
look
some
very
of
young.
Thank you. You can thank my mother for that. But yeah, I'm actually way past this. I'm an 80s child, so I've been around for a bit. But yeah, like just listening to Louise talk, about being a woman, especially in this industry, and trying to get people to look at you and take you seriously, sometimes is difficult. And I can feel for you on that one. But that's when I just took the bull by the horns and said, you know what? I'm past 50. I don't care anymore.
There we go. That's the attitude.
That's the spirit, yes.
Yeah.
And you're right. She does look so much younger, and she gets away with it, and with that energy, you wouldn't know. Yeah, yeah. Malcolm, this guy is always creating, and so I already know he's got a new album. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we're finishing off our ninth Hats Off Gentlemen It's Adequate album. We're just doing the vocals and a few extra little instrumental bits for it, and that should be out this year. And then we've got a bunch of festivals as well in terms of live performance. Yeah, that's probably going to be their major activities musically. Yeah.
I was just going to say, do you want to talk about the subject of the next album? Every one of his is so engaging.
This one is not a proper concept album, unlike the last one. This one's more. Well, hopefully it's more just a bunch of songs, but it hasn't got a specific concept for this one. I suspect the one afterwards will go back to being a concept album, but I find the ones where we've got where we have a story that flows through the whole album a bit harder to write, because the music's got to fit the story rather than just work as music. So having a break from a concept album this year, but I suspect we will do something that's more intellectually rigorous in 27.
They always are. Will you bring that flutist back? Oh my God, I can't remember the album name.
Catherine. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Catherine Thomas. Yeah. I very much hope so. Yes.
All right. If you haven't, help me with the title of the album where just blushed all over it. Uh, what was the title of that album?
What was that? Nostalgia for Infinity?
Yeah, that was it. Nostalgia for Infinity. And she played some
Yeah.
fantastic parts that just, yeah, bring her back. We got to have her. No, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just telling you that it
Uh,
sounds wonderful.
yeah.
And I think
I mean, we are married, so
oh, okay.
I have to earn enough brownie points to get her to play as much on my music as I would like. I would have her all over it if it was up to me. But I have to negotiate.
Mark, yeah, Mark is awesome too.
Oh
He'll,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. Mark Gatlin is the other major member of
yeah.
Hats Off, Gentlemen. It's adequate, and he also is in. Is it Ghost of the Machine or was it the other one?
Distraction.
Age of Distraction and
Yeah,
It.
okay. And unfortunately, they're not going to go on, which is, I read that I was just
Mm.
ah, heartbroken because that first album was just
Mm.
outstanding. And
So
yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Malcolm. Michael,
Thank you very much.
another Moonletters next year? Or you guys are too busy? Or go ahead.
Let's see. So our third album came out this June. I feel like we always go about 2 or 3 years in between.
And it's worth the wait.
Kind of our.
Always worth the wait.
So yeah, that came out. We did the European tour, which took a lot of energy. Uh, and so next year, I think our first big thing we're gonna do is probably gonna play in Victoria, BC,
Oh,
Western
wow.
Canada. Um, I think some of you might be familiar with a band called Versa. They're
yes,
some of you
Mhm.
guys that do the radio and review. So I got to collaborate with the band Versa on their record. They had some really cool people on that record. Gosh, the singer from Haken, I think he did one
Yeah.
song. Um, so hopefully we'll play with them there. We're also hoping to tour kind of in the Great Lakes area. It's kind of like we always,
Yeah, I was
yeah, I
gonna
mean,
say,
maybe
catch up,
maybe we'll end up by
catch up with
Erie.
Amy. Yeah.
Our original bassist grew up in Buffalo.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
we
and
play in that market as well. Yeah, awesome.
yeah, and our drummer is from Detroit. So anytime we tour, it's always like, okay, well, who's from where? Okay, where do we want to go? And so we're hoping to maybe do something around the Great Lakes, hoping to uh, get back to kind of Toronto, Montreal, Quebec City, if possible. We
Thomas just left, but he might be able to help you.
Yeah, we played at Terra Incognita
Yeah.
about 2 years ago, I guess, 2.5 years ago. Um, so I feel like a lot of live stuff next year. I'm working on a solo album also,
Oh,
which
good.
is when you're in a band and you're really busy and then you finally do another release and then you kind of are like, oh, what about all this other music I've been working on? And so uh, uh, Massimo's gonna love this. So I'm working on a solo album. I'm gonna do a tour in California on the West Coast, and I assembled a band to do the tour with. And Kai is gonna play drums, and Troll is gonna play piano, so he's really gonna enjoy hearing about all this. Um, I think that's pretty much the big news for next year.
Paul is the number one.
Yeah,
Troll is number one.
Troll is amazing. Troll has played in a band called Silent Temple for many years and also does jazz and classic kind of Celtic music. So Troll Heart, it's Hart. Um, very fortunate to kind of collaborate with them and we're hoping maybe Moonletters will get to play in Europe again.
Well, I'm also, um, I don't know if you remember this post that I did on Facebook, but I would love to see you guys get together with Eden Song. And maybe you didn't even see that, but they did. And they
Out
were
of
like,
out of
and
New
they were,
York,
huh?
out of New York City,
Yeah.
Eden
And
Song.
they were like, yeah, we would love to meet Michael and play with Moonletters. So hopefully, so you know who they are then. But
Yeah.
yeah, they had an excellent album as well this year. And I'm glad they were gone for like 8 years or so and finally, got back. And yeah, it would be great to see the two guys or the two bands get together at a show back east while you're back there.
Pretty cool.
All right. Massimo.
Perfect, perfect. This time is perfect. First of all, I want to say that if somebody, I don't understand if somebody need somebody of you that now are my friends, my new friends, need musicians, need keyboardist or composer or arranger. I am always at your disposal because for me collaboration is at the first place between in my conception of music, collaboration is at first place. So I will be very very happy to be involved in your projects. Because the release of the next dream take 3 years. In this very long period,
Yeah.
I wrote many other piece of music, and now I am working to my third album, which will be close the circle of this first trilogy of mine, because this project of mine as a start as a trilogy. Um, it will be quite different from the other two because this time I want to do something with a few people, a few friends. I want to go back to the origin of this project, which is very basic. Uh, Shorter songs, and I am trying to put them together in two long sides. Uh, so I am at a good point. So I think in the late 26 to release the third album. The title will be at the moment Age of Man. This is the title of the album. For the first time, I have co co-arranger together with me uh, uh, in the musical conception of the album. Uh, I I can say that Michael will be part of the album too as a singer. Uh, and then I think we will release also the new No Age album, always in 2026. So these are the two projects for the next year.
This guy's like Disney. He's got the Star Wars trilogies. He just builds trilogy. And he's almost got the first one done, and then he'll start the next trilogy, right?
No, because I don't know, but I don't know if the others in the chat know about my music. It starts with an ideological point, with a conception of my conception of life, and a sort of attempt to do a little social revolution in music. And so my music is conceptual. And when I start writing my music for first, during this period of 3 years, I consider a long-term work on 3 albums.
Excellent.
And the last song of the third album will be "Oh Father" Part 2, which is the first song I wrote.
Oh, wow.
Because at the end it is the closing of the circle. Excuse me for the repetition. So that's it.
All right, Thomas. Before I jump to Thomas, we've got a new person in the room. Can you? Okay.
Hello, can you hear?
Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Hold on one second. I'm going to have Thomas talk, and then we'll definitely want to talk with you as well. Thomas, go ahead.
Well, everyone is doing their best list for 2025, which was always a slippery slope for me, mainly because if you try to do it in early December and then suddenly three brilliant albums show up on the last, just a week before Christmas,
I
then
know.
you look like a ding dong. So Lasland, who some of you know, Steve Lazenby, was a program called Progzilla Radio on Progzilla UK Radio, and we collaborate. I bring in a new song every week and whatever, and we speak with each other for the past 20 years. We're going to be doing in the first few weeks of 2026 a two-part podcast, 2 hours each, where we will go over our personal favorites that we encountered during 2025, and it was a very difficult thing to do because once again there was so much amazing music to choose from, and it keeps on adding as we speak. So Massimo made a very interesting point earlier. He said that how. Well, Bela Bartok actually said that in regards to artists, that competition is for horses. So Artie there, in regards to lists, oh, I can't stand the numbers next to the names, like number one, number two,
Yeah,
number three.
it's hard.
It's not the bloody Olympics,
Yeah,
all right? Because 1 week, number 24 is my favorite album, and the week after, it's my number 13, the favorite album. So there's no such thing as a competition, or shouldn't be anyway, between artists. In my view, there's either good albums or bad ones, and the bad ones we don't touch, so that makes it easy. That being said, it behooves me to tell you that I am very privileged to have received some material at the end of the year, namely from one of our participants here, Mr. Dave Allen, who put out an album on purpose to be released on the 1st of January. And I would like to know, is this done for terroristic reasons? Are you, how can you do this? So basically, just so that you know, whenever, forever, the review has been ready and posted because he gave me permission, but it cannot be really expressed until the 1st of January since that's the release date. It's an absolutely brilliant album. Brilliant from beginning to end. It's so good, it's ridiculous. Anyway, and to have to wait for it past Christmas, past Santa Claus, really? And then there's this other guy from Scotland called John Irvin, and he has a band called the John Irvin Band, and he put out an album called Take Me to Your Leader, which is about as brilliant as a title you could hope for in 2025 or 26. And that album is absolutely mind blasting. So basically going back into the 80s and trying to create a prog version of the Buggles' Video Killed the Radio Star.
Oh,
Go
wow.
figure. That album is so good, and I can't talk about it because the review is done and I have to wait till it's released. It's unfair. Can we get
It
to
is.
2026 right away, please?
But this job is unfair. You just don't know what's going to come out of the woodwork and who's going to. I mean, I had Ekelund's double album as my favorite, and I thought that's the end of it. Nothing is going to match this. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I saw Atomic Time on Facebook, and I was like, whoa. Let's go back to Pink Floyd, but let's not go back to Pink Floyd. Let's go back to a modern version of the dark. I'm going to write a whole thing on this, but it just absolutely knocked me off my feet. And if you haven't heard Atomic Time, please, this is headphone music. I mean, they will say no, but because you can do it either way. My wife and I have sat in our chairs and listened to it, but put the headphones on, hear the beginning of that album. Have you heard it, Thomas?
Oh, I reviewed it as well. Yes, back from
Okay.
Brazil. Yeah.
The beginning, and they loved when I said this, but it was, I had no other thing I could say. I mean, it really was. But I put on the headphones, and they're from Brazil, and it sounds like the lead guitarist is walking, or you, since you're listening as a listener, you're walking through the Amazon at night, and he's got the sounds all around. And then comes, and it's a father-son duo, and his son comes in with the keyboards, and it's like Rick Wakeman reborn. And it's like, oh my God, where have these guys been? And they had another album before this. But yeah. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm going off on this, but because I was just writing about that. Um, but yeah, it's so difficult for us because of you guys, and we love it. I'm not complaining. I'm absolutely not complaining. You guys keep stunning us with something new, and like you say, it was a lock. Ekelund was going to get this thing, and then you just never know. And then there's four or five that came right after that, but. Okay, do you want to introduce yourself? It says Icaro. I thank you for coming and tell us a little. Uh-oh. Oh, I was going to say he left. No, no, I'm kidding. But tell us the band you're in and what we did, and you're going to have to do a short one because everyone's kind of getting ready to move on to the next thing in their lives. But tell us the three questions were one, uh, what does the holiday season mean to you? Number two, are we having more people come? I was like, uh-oh, the screen just changed. I was like, but anyway, what are the holidays like? What was 2025 like for you, and what do you guys have planned for 26?
Hello, my name is Victor. I'm originally from Brazil, but actually I live in Portugal, and I am a member of the new symphonic metal band international project thing called Elenion, which means born from the stars or raised from the stars, something like that in Elfi, Tolkien Elfi language, because our vocalist is such a huge fan of Lord of Rings and things like that, fantasy stuff. So am I. I I need to say sorry because she's facing a really big problem in Argentina with some storms and rains and things like that. So she is out energy. That's the reason Berenice couldn't give to this reunion. So I'm here. So for us, it was a really incredible year because we are working on our first album for like 10 years or something like that, all by
And,
ourselves, Berenice and I.
and,
And
and
finally, we
I was just
sorry.
gonna interrupt you just to explain what you did, which is absolutely incredible.
Yes,
He's talking about the lead singer, and she's got a PhD, and the band is Ella Neon, and from Portugal, did you say?
Argentina.
Argentina. That's
No,
right. I'm sorry, Argentina.
yes, I'm from
Um,
Portugal.
you're from Portugal. All right. And
Yes.
what she did and what they did, I shouldn't say she, I mean, she's the lead singer, a beautiful, wonderful, beautiful voice. But what they did was something rare, a complete opera, metal opera. I mean, when was the last time you heard a metal opera? I mean, opera goes on all the time, but this whole thing is a fully developed opera, and it just knocked me off my feet. But anyway, just so you know what we're talking about. But go ahead.
Uh, so after so many time working on this album, this was our best year, personally, for me and Berenice. I think because the other two guys just joining this the last, I don't know, 7 months from to now. But okay, for the holidays, it's me a little bit of peace because we can take a rest for the our personal routines and our professional routines. And this is a little bit different for me because as immigrant, I haven't any of my family around me. I just have my
Sorry.
wife and our daughter in here. But we are as a group, it's a little bit complicated because we came from different cultures, like Kublai from Turkey, and I'm from Brazil, but it is from Argentina, and things like that. But at the end of the day, we are our friends, you know. So we are trying to give strength for all of us in this strange period of time, like the war in Turkey or the problems in Argentina with
Yeah.
energy and things like that, and in Portugal about the immigration situation because they don't want us in here. But this year was good and not so good at the same time. But as a band, people like you, Mark, made our day much better, much more sensitive. I don't know how to explain sometimes, but I can talk for me and Berenice and Eric and Kublai. This was very incredible for being here to have this recognition from people like you all in this reunion.
And he's talking about Bernice. I don't remember her last name. What's her last name?
Piscina.
Yeah. And just I did an interview. If you get a chance, take a look at that interview. These guys are, watch out, Amy. No, I'm kidding. We're not competing, but no. They just, you got to hear it. It's like I say, all of your music, it's the experience and where you guys get the courage, the stamina, the ability, all those things to come up with this stuff is thank you. You know, again, here I am thanking you, but um, thank you. There are people listening, Thomas and I, and many others, and Even if they're not buying or if they're maybe just doing Spotify or something, you're reaching people and you're reaching people with stuff that they absolutely need right now. And thank you for doing it. Thank you for all your efforts. No one thanks you guys, and they should. Um, but really, my heart's out for all you guys. My hat's off. And we lost Malcolm, but I think he's hopefully. It sounds like he might be listening, but
I'm
um,
still here. Sorry. Yeah.
he's another guy that's been through a lot and has pulled through and just absolutely you wouldn't even know what he's been through. And I'm not gonna. It's up to him if he wants to, but he just somehow comes out with another fantastic album year after year after year, despite the hurdles and things in front of him. And all of you guys, and Amy mentioned some of the things she's been through, but to think of all the things and Louise, all the things that you guys have been through, and you're still optimistic, maybe not completely optimistic, but anyway, willing to forge on and willing to create these masterpieces. I just want to thank you.
Thank you very much for all your support.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much, Mark.
No, you're more than welcome. Did you, Ikaro, did you want to mention anything about 26? Because 25, I'm going to send everyone email and information on all these bands. But yeah, go out and listen to their album. But do you guys have plans for 26, Ikaro, or is that hopefully shows to help promote it?
Yes, we have. We are already producing a kind of EP, not a fully
Oh my
a
goodness.
full album right now, because Berenice made a musical thesis on her last PhD. Because I personally I don't remember how many pages she has, but okay. And we are trying to put that thing out right now because she made a really long piece of music with
Oh yeah.
some different styles. Like we have Celtic music, we have Egyptian, we have traditional metal bands, and we have Baroque. Once again,
Oh,
it's like a small,
Yeah.
small,
sampler.
like as yes, from our debut album. But actually, we are trying to start to focus on our next full length, which we already had some cool ideas because Berenice wants to talk about the elements of nature like fire, earth, water, and air. And then next one is the light because it's a kind of six existence cycle. I don't know how to translate this in words because I just saw a little draw she made. It's something based on the music of the spheres and things like that. And we already started to work on the next full album for the middle of 26, last the finals
Oh
of
my
the next
goodness.
year. Yes, and
That
it's
is
not
awesome.
full. Yes, it's a completely massive album with much more influence from all over the world, but not so baroque. We are trying to put more, a little bit of different things, put some things more progressive and less baroque, but at the same time, we'll keep the folk stuff and things like that. But yes, just a little bit of what we have planned for the next years with Elenium.
Okay. Well, just we'll sort of open it up. Is there anyone else that wanted to mention anything else that we haven't covered?
I have something I want to say. I want to thank you, Mark, for everything that you do. he wrote us the most fantastic, thorough review of our album. When I got it, I was like, oh my God, I feel really good about myself right
Yeah,
now. And I just can't thank you enough for all the promoting that
thank
you
you.
do for us and the optimism and all that. That's what keeps us going is people like you. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree there.
Thank you. No, I
If I
appreciate
could
it.
extend my thanks to Thomas as well. You know, it's quite daunting when you start off on a project like this and you don't know how it's going to go down, how people are going to enjoy it, if they do or if they don't. And it's just wonderful to have somebody of what I would call authority within the genre
Oh yeah.
saying things that were positive about what you've done over the last couple of years. So I really, really appreciate that. It makes a big difference as musicians, I believe, that if you know you're going in the right direction and people appreciate what you're doing. So thank you, Thomas. Really, really appreciate it. And yeah, you've helped.
You can't be an artist without an audience, and you cannot be an audience without an artist. So it's my credo. It only takes one. It's incredible. All it takes for a reviewer like me, who, let's be honest, sometimes we're like the musicians in Prague. Also, we don't get a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
And the only feedback that we get is when you write a review, and you really get into it, and you've obviously not heard the music but actually listened to it and understood it. And then to receive a message within 24, 48 hours saying, you actually got it. You understood what we wanted to do. And
That
I'm like,
is,
and I find that so, humbling, because that's not my job. This is not a job. It's a
no.
passion. It's a hobby. It's a mindset. It's, when people say, why do you listen to that weird soundtrackish music all the time? And I answer always the same thing for the past 30 years. Because it makes me happy. That's why.
Yeah. I'm glad he did it because he really has a way of just summing things up perfectly. And he's absolutely right. I mean, I don't think either of us is getting paid for any of this, but we do it out of our love for it. I mean, all this stuff in back of me, I put that together on my own. I paid for it. And I love it. I'm not complaining about that. Again, it's what I like to do. And Amy, since she did it to me, I'm going to do it back. She, after she read that review, it's the only one that I think I've ever received, but she put together a video of it, and it just blew me away because I've never had anyone do a video of my review. I mean, interviews, yeah, people will repost those and things like that, but she actually did a small video, and I was like, oh my God, thank you. So thank you. Thank you back.
Thank you.
All right,
And good luck,
go ahead.
everybody. It's amazing to meet you all. Really appreciate it. It's wonderful to see other professionals out there day after day, chasing a dream. Really appreciate it, and lovely to meet you all. And if I could wish you all a very Merry Christmas and the most amazing 2026.
Thank you very much for that. And yeah, it, it's like I said earlier, you just don't know who's going to show up, how many are going to show up. There were a couple other people that said they were coming and didn't, and they had their reasons. I'm not holding anything against them. It's up to them. But thank you for taking the time and being here, because it just keeps me going, because I think, and I talked to my wife, she goes, how many people are going to be there? Well, we had 25 that said yes, but until it happens, I don't know. And a lot of people ask me, why don't I do this live? It's for that very reason. I don't want to be on there live, pay for all that live stuff, and then no one shows up. But they have, and you have, and other people have. And thank you for keep showing up. because, like Thomas said, we're doing this really for you and for us. I mean, we love listening to the music. We love hearing the difference that because he and I both have been listening to music for century, well, not centuries. We're not that old. Easy now. But decades. We've been listening to music for decades. Yeah, sorry. But we've been listening to music for decades, and every time we hear something new and that takes it to that next level, yes, maybe it brings back memories of Pink Floyd or Queen or whoever, but it's different. It's not, copied. It's new, and keep doing what you're doing, because there are people beyond just Tom and I that are listening to you, and they may not say anything like he and I do or write up a nice, review, but they're out there. So don't stop what you're doing. Yeah. Anyone else want to add anything else? And definitely Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone, not just here, but then everyone that ends up listening to this. Thank you very much for listening. And you have a wonderful holiday season as well. But does anyone else want to say anything?
My wife wants to say hello to Massimo.
Hey, Massimo.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And she
Ciao!
didn't 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 she play an instrument?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Yep.
She play
Get her
she
back here. Yeah,
play
go ahead.
a fantastic part of woodwinds on a song of the next dream. I love her.
Love you too. Hi,
Oh.
And okay, let's do the I don't know if you guys see, I didn't tell anyone, but if you have your wine or whatever you want to have,
Guinness,
that's
Dave.
okay. All right, let's
Rappa.
hold them up and
Rappa.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas to everyone.
Merry
And
Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
does anyone have anything else? I don't want to cut anyone off. Um,
Just make sure you send us everybody's contact information because this is awesome meeting all of you. I'm looking forward to connecting.
yes, I
Yes.
will. I
Absolutely.
definitely will.
Yeah, nice to see see everybody's faces because you see the different artists, band names, and the people that do reviews, and sometimes you guys that do the reviews, I see your guys' name the most because you're very active and just, oh, what is he doing this week? What is he doing this week? Oh.
Michael, Michael,
Yes.
are you in the room where do we have rehearsal?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you remember?
I do remember.
Oh, it was fantastic, my friend. Thank you very much, really.
And Michael had he does it every year. He had a big party for a lot of friends and invited me and invited Massimo. And they actually played on stage together the first time I saw them together. And that was quite a treat. So thank you, Michael, for doing that. And like I say, I think it's a yearly thing for you, isn't it?
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, he's got a beautiful house and a beautiful, can I call it a forest? I mean, he lives right near the forest, and he's got, the open part where they did the open yard where they did and he's got a little stage there. But he's right in the forest, the thick of the forest, and not Kirkland, just north of Kirkland. Help me out here. Um, but in Washington State, right just north of Seattle. And yeah, thanks to your wife for appearing. And Yeah. No, anyone else? I need to stop
If
talking.
I can tell a little story that I
Sure.
will never forget. When I came to Michael's house and we got together in the rehearsal room, we did a first attempt to play "Dancing with the Moonlit Night" by Genesis,
Oh my God.
piano
That
and
must have been
voice.
good.
I put I put the hands on the piano and he sing very near to me in my back, and it was an incredible experience for me. And I have a video. I have a video of this, and maybe one day I will share it.
Well, since you brought that up, I'm going to bring up you. Um, he went to a show up here close to my home, and after was it? No, I think it was after the show. I walked back into they had like a little restaurant there, and they had a piano just sitting there, and he's belting out Watcher of the Skies. No, no, it wasn't Watcher of the Skies. He's playing it as if he's been playing it all of his life. And for a Genesis fan like me, I was like,
Oh, yeah.
what? And
I thought he was playing Firth the Fifth.
that, yeah, I'm sorry, you're right. Firth the Fifth. Well, Michael was there. And oh my God, I thought it was Tony. No.
So it's something that every piano player know perfect.
Yeah.
No, but it was perfect. I mean, he just
Oh, thank you.
He played the whole thing using only his right hand.
I hadn't noticed that. Okay. But if you say so, I believe it.
It's incredible. There's some YouTube video reaction videos where you see some very young,
Oh
you know,
yeah.
internet fans who, you know, sometimes are from the hood. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I got this request for something called the Genesis. I have no idea if it's really good. And then puts on the earphones and just the facial expression, as you can see, literally their cheeks melt and their eyes popping out and going like, and they're like, at the end, they're going like, this is the most beautiful damn music I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, we know that now for about 45 years that that's
Yeah.
the case. Yes, indeed. And we still listen to it daily, or well,
But
you know,
yeah,
regularly at least.
if you need a keyboardist, this guy, Massimo, uh, he will, he'll stun you. He will stun you. I mean, it just, like I say, you walk into a room and you're hearing Firth the Fifth, and it's like, you go back to I mean, for me, I was like 10, 8, 9. I don't even remember how old I was when I first heard that. And it's like, oh my God, who is this? No, but yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Anyone else? These are some wonderful stories. Anyone else?
I just want to say thank you very much for the opportunity to
Sure.
mix with a wonderful crowd. The prog community is one of the friendliest communities that I'm aware of.
Absolutely.
And it's a shame that so many people don't know about it because, as Thomas said, the music's just so good.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
I want to also thank all of you for having longer songs than I write because I write really long songs. I have an almost 8-minute song, and everybody's always like, oh my gosh, how are we going to fit this into the set? So, yeah, thank you guys for having 20-minute songs because now I can say this is short.
On the Boxman, the first track is 28 minutes long.
Yeah.
There we go.
And
28.
we didn't talk about, we probably should, but he wrote this from the perspective, when you say Boxman, everyone's like, what does that mean? He wrote this from the perspective of a homeless person.
That's right.
The whole album is, imagine trying to get into the mind.
It's all about choices.
Yeah.
We could all make the the right choice, or we could make the wrong choice and end up homeless like the Boxman. You know, it's it's a really good concept album.
And
All
this
about choice.
and the sympathy, I didn't say that right, that he had towards this person that
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
if you get a chance, that's another good one for headphones. Absolutely another good headphone album. But you don't have to have headphones. You can listen in the car, but the headphones really, like I say, his voice. Once you hear that voice, it's like, wow. It,
It's been described as fragile, hasn't it?
he's up there with the angels, and
album, very powerful.
Yeah, deep emotion. I mean,
Absolutely.
I don't know how what other way to describe it. Just
Crushingly
you
beautiful.
need tissue, but you're going to feel it. You're absolutely going to feel that music.
Absolutely.
Anyone else? I don't want to leave either. I agree with you guys. This is, I mean, when you plan these things, you're like, I wonder if anyone's going to show up. I wonder if anyone's going to participate. This is exactly what I wanted. And you guys really brought it home. And thank you very much. We're all sharing emotions. We're sharing, our achievements. We're looking forward to the next year. And I can't think, I mean, my wife, I just heard my wife in the background. She's probably, oh my God, he's thanking him again. But no, really, thank you very much, all of you, for being here. And anything else anyone wants to add? Otherwise, we'll stop the recording part and we can talk for a few minutes. Okay. Let me stop that. But thank you all of these people that have just created some wonderful music. They're already telling you they're going to keep going. They're inspired. They need you to respond to them and say thank you, like I'm doing. Thank you for this music. Thank you for putting the years and years of effort that all of these people do to get to this point and then create this music, and give them a hand. I wish we had an audience here. But yeah, give these people a hand. They really deserve it. They're not getting paid much, if anything, and they keep going because it's in their heart. And again, thank you all for being here. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. I said that a few times. Again, I can't stop saying thank you. All right, hold on. I'm gonna stop the recording.